How do you define for yourself and for everyone else the segment of the market that you really are trying to own?
It's essentially trying to appeal to consumers who want real food. They want to be served in environments that engage them by people that actually care. And what fast casual really is aspirational in the sense that it's not processed commercial fast food, but real food, better food, something you really want.
And I'm curious about, when it comes to fast casual, can you differentiate for us between fast casual and traditional fast food? Because obviously a Cava, a Panera is something different than a McDonald's. Are those two sorts of restaurants necessarily in competition?
I mean, I think generally we're all in competition. We're all in competition for your food dollar. And you wake up each morning, it's 11 a.m. You say, what am I in the mood for? Am I in the mood for Mediterranean? Am I in the mood for hamburgers? Am I in the mood for pizza? Am I in the mood for soup, salad, and sandwich? And then you say, who's the best operator? What's the best experience I can get within my physical distance, 2 blocks in Manhattan, 2 miles in Des Moines, and within my price limit? And then you go for that. And the reality is that this definition, fast casual, that's a financial analyst term. It's not a term that comes from a consumer. We're all competing for the same dollar. But fast casual is a paradigm, an attitude, an approach. It's really about trying to deliver real food and do it in ways that fast food, which has become processed and commercial, is unable to do.
So, as you know well, Ron, it's a fairly crowded space right now, and I wonder how you build a moat around it. Is it by the operations that you just referred to? Is it by transformation? I mean, you wrote that book about what really matters, not just for today, but for tomorrow. What's the next transformation for you?
Well, Mediterranean. I mean, let's look. Here's where we start. Let me take your question and go backwards. It starts with these niches or categories. You know, people choose the establishment that has authority. Who has authority in each of these categories people want? Let me ask you, who has authority in third wave Mexican? Who has authority there? It's Chipotle, it's not Qdoba. Who had authority in soup, salad, sandwich? It was Panera. It wasn't Corner Bakery. Who had authority in hamburgers? It was McDonald's, not Burger King. The reality is that what we want to do in today, and as we look to the future, is define what are the niches, what are the categories that 5 years from now are going to have tailwinds, not headwinds, and then who is going to have the dominant brand within that category. Think about Mediterranean. 5 and 10 years ago, when we made our first investments in Mediterranean with Cava, it didn't take a great deal of analysis to understand that Mediterranean was going to be one of the most powerful niches in this industry. Why? It's the #1 diet in America. It's about bold flavors. It's about creative and new flavors, and yet it's safe and something that people can enjoy, and it's healthy. So you define the category. Then you want to have the dominant player in the category. And what we're doing in my investment vehicle is essentially investing in categories first. That is to say niches. And then because we have the capabilities, we're able to help these businesses become the dominant player in that category.
Well, Ron, I want to talk about what you're seeing when it comes to category opportunities, because it sounds like what you're saying is that you want to be specialized and you don't necessarily want to go against the incumbent in a category. So you have Cava, you have the Mediterranean category. Where else is there white space right now?
Well, just to be clear, we want to own the category. In every one of these categories has a winner takes all winner. Just think of McDonald's versus Burger King. Again, Panera versus Corner Bakery. We want to be the dominant player in the categories that matter. So look at where we've invested. We've invested in Mediterranean with Cava. It's a significant investment of ours. Look at a second area we're invested in, plant forward or positive eating. 3% of America are vegetarian. 40% are trying to eat more plant forward. Tell me there isn't a powerful opportunity in that niche. Nobody owns it. We have a brand called Life Alive. I believe it has the potential to dominate that category. Third area we're invested in is upscale, Middle Eastern infused bakery cafes. We have something called Tate. Some of you may know it from Boston, from Washington, D.C. It's coming to New York. It's powerful. What is it? It's a powerful category which is a niche of the broader bakery cafe segment. It brings the flavors of Israel, Lebanon, Turkey, and the authority of a third wave coffee establishment. And then we couple that with real chefs. Put that together, you have a powerful concept. We now have 40 units. We'll build that out, and that will be a dominant brand in that category. And then another one we're invested in and very involved in is immersive entertainment, which is essentially the combination of food and experience. And we've got something called Level 99. What this is challenges combined with a farm-to-table restaurant and a brewery. 35, 40, 45 challenges, some mental, some physical. It's really for 18-year-olds to 50-year-olds. It's powerful stuff. It's, again, a powerful category. It could very well be among the most powerful we've ever been invested in, among the most powerful categories, and we're set to build the dominant player in that category. So look at what we do. You don't have to listen to what I say.
Ron, talk for a minute about the macroeconomic environment you're operating within. That's shifted as rates have gone up, inflation came in. How does that affect your business, either, for example, on the cost side with how much you have to pay your employees, or on the financing side, as some regional banks are pulling back a little bit on financing? Where are you feeling those pressures?
Well, we've capitalized this with our own capital to a great degree. We have one bank that we work with, but generally this is our money, and that we've invested. But let me broaden it. I'm going to speak to what really Harvey Schwartz just said, and I share that view. Look, we've been doing this for 40 years. We've seen everything come and everything go. And the reality is that the ability of a management team to succeed is its ability to succeed in all different conditions. And what I can tell you is, I'm not the pundit who's going to tell you where the economy is going to go. I am going to tell you that whatever we face, we're going to figure it out better than the next guy. And that means if we have wage rates going up, we're going to deal with that. If we have investment costs, capital costs, we're going to deal with that.
Well, let's talk about one of the things you're facing, and unfortunately, we only have about a minute left with you. I'm talking about weight loss drugs. Of course, that is the talk of the town when it comes to really every industry, including the likes of retail, et cetera. How are you thinking about how it will affect the fast casual industry?
I look at, we're talking maybe a couple of % of sales. Look, it's going to come, and it, like everything else, will be integrated into how we operate. I can tell you that we're not having a lot of meetings on all of the new drugs. I can tell you that generally we'll work it through, and we'll make sure that we have food that people want. Look, I'll end it with this. The reality is that the food industry is the second oldest profession in the world. The food industry is about hospitality. It's about serving people. It's about taking care of people. It's been here, it's here, and it will be here.
Right.
And smart management will be able to deal with whatever comes down the pike.